I'm interested solely by the title alone. The Bugs and the Slugs. So yeah, I'm guessing it's not about bugs or slugs.
There are some bugs and slugs in there. Okay. But it reminds me a little bit of a movie that I saw at Slamdance last year, Progressive Touch. We talked about that one a little bit, and not that the content is the same, but that it's so odd and so uncomfortable and so it's just insane, but in a good way. And it's about this human boy who is on an alien planet, and he decides to experiment with his sexuality with these other aliens, being that he is the only human. And when he is caught experimenting sexually with these aliens, he is threatened to be eaten for dinner. And
wait, can I stop you there? It sounds, first of all, okay, this sounds like Captain Kirk. Everywhere he goes, he's hooking up with whatever new green alien or whatever. But is this like a low budget sci-fi? So wait, so a kid, is this a kid, like how old, like a teenager?
So he's probably around 17 or 18.
And he goes to another planet and starts getting into strange relation. How graphic is it? Like,
without specifically showing anything, it is interestingly very graphic. The way they experience sex on this planet is not the same that we have ever seen it or experienced it. And they leave very little to the imagination without physically showing you anything.
Wow. I'm going to assume the slugs are very naked in this.
The slugs are very literal animated slugs that kind of show up and sort of guide this young man on his journey. And I'm sure there's some metaphor there, but it actually brings up a point. As odd as it is, as crazy it is, as funny as it is, it brings up a pretty relevant cultural point. Like this idea of sex, and they all have sex out in the open. They don't go to their bedrooms. They don't go to their huts. They stay out in the open, and wherever they feel, whenever they feel it's necessary, they go for it. And that's accepted by the people doing it, or by the aliens doing it. But if anyone sees you doing it, it's no good. So it's like this idea that everything is like guided by sex, and everything is propelled by sex in the real world. But it's not okay to talk about it, and it's not okay to express the fact that you love it. It's this really taboo thing, unless it's behind closed doors. And there's that juxtaposition of what's acceptable and what's not acceptable, and what should and shouldn't be acceptable. So while it is very odd and it was very unique, it's culturally relevant. And I was kind of, I don't know, surprised to find a movie, first of all, like Alan said, with a title like that, and then with the subject to be as relevant as it is.
It sounds like, Kyle, you got all the best film so far.
Really?
What is it? How is the science fiction played? Is it just like you say that they're animated? Like, is it digital animation or?
So yeah, so the slugs are digitally animated. Everything else is live action. I talked about things like Space Jam or like Enchanted, where there's kind of this combination of live action and animation. And for such a low budget film, it's done incredibly well. Like nothing feels more out of place than it should. Like it fits together very well. It's pieced together very well. And again, for a low budget film, very impressive.
Wait a second. Is there a review? Is there a review on the Film Threat website that has photos? Because I feel like I need to see what.
Yeah, I think we did review it.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yeah.
And Mark Clement says exophilia. Is that a term? What is that, like a term of? I mean, it's not bestiality, right? This is exophilia. Maybe explain, Mark, what you mean with that comment.
Oh, here it is. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Can you share screen, Alan?
Yeah, let me
Yeah, so if you I mean, we're doing these reviews on our Film Threat YouTube channel and for our podcast, but There are also written reviews on the Film Threat website if you want to see everything that we're reviewing for Slamdance, and if you want to see photos from some of these movies, you can check that out. So, oh wow, all right, there you go.
Yeah,
Man, the bugs
Okay.
and the slugs. Okay,
yeah. I think that's all we got. So
see, I really love low budget sci-fi. I find it fascinating. I think it's I love it because if it's about ideas, I think that's what really good fantasy, sci-fi, horror, exploring the realm of ideas, I think is interesting. Mark goes on, he explains exophilia is an attraction, generally sexual in nature, to a new, strange, or otherworldly things such as extraterrestrial
there you go.
life forms. That's exophilia. That's going to be it's going to be ET2. It's going to be ET2 will probably be called ET2 Exophilia is what it's going to be. Thank you, Mark, for that. Much appreciated. Well, there you go.
I sense a new award this category.
I award this, which is still like I think our deadline is the middle of February, and then we announce we're going to announce the dates. I think actually today I'm supposed to do something on the dates, but that one definitely sounds like once it gets into commercial release, but you can see it now at slamdance.com for $10. You can see all the movies Kyle's reviewed because those seem to be the best ones so far.